Hello.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back again to a little Austin Weekend Sports. We are talking NFL football, and we are already deep into
week 9 at
week
the midway
9.
point.
We are at the midway point through the NFL season. And again, this has been one of the strangest, weirdest NFL seasons I can remember. You don't know who's the best team. You don't know who's the worst team. You have no clue who's going to be in the playoffs or know who's going to win it at this point. But I guess that's what makes it fun. I mean, there's three-fourths of the league still got a good chance to win it right now.
Unless Roger has his favorite.
Unless Goodell screws something up, which he could very easily do. He screws up a lot of stuff.
More than you think.
He is an idiot.
You just revealed your opinion.
Roger Goodell is a moron.
Do you see why he gets booed at the NFL draft every year?
You wait till next year. They may have to put up a fence to keep people from tackling him on the screen on the stage because he's so stupid. But hey, let's talk about some games.
The Ravens and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are terrible, and they need a reboot.
The Dolphins definitely need a reboot. They might have a coaching change. They might
have a quarterback
ship away
change.
some players. They might quarterback change.
Their GM got fired, so all bets are off.
All bets are off. That GM had went through like 3 coaches and 3 or 4 different quarterbacks, 3 or 4. And what? How many playoff wins did he have in 9 years? None. How can you have a job for 9 years, fail for 9 years, and still have a job for 9 years? He was terrible. They might turn it around this next season just because he's not there anymore.
He's not the GM.
Jeez, I mean, that was bad.
Ravens get back on track with a win, and Lamar Jackson has returned.
With a little more healthy,
Derrick Henry.
I don't know if I would want to play them down the stretch, to be honest.
And my Panthers pulled out a win against Green Bay on the road.
Was a good game. A last-second field goal.
How many? That's the second
in Lambeau.
And Bryce Young led another game-winning drive.
Mm-hmm.
And how about? Well, my Panthers are 5-4, and I've had the shovel. No, wait, you have the shovel.
I've got the shovel now.
But it feels weird at this point to have a winning record.
You're 9 games into the season, and you got a winning record.
That hasn't happened. You realize how long it's been?
You realize you could end up with a.
We've already matched our win total from last year, and
You can have
9 games in.
You can have a 10-7 season at this point. It's reachable.
I'm surprised we didn't go bank for broke at the trade deadline, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we thought we were good enough.
I don't know. You got a good young team. Maybe you don't want to give up your. You gave up a lot of draft stock to get the players you got now. Maybe you just don't want to give up that draft stock. And you think
you don't want another Bears situation going on.
And you think you've got a good young team, so why change it? So I can sort of see it a little bit.
The Packers. Does this raise any questions for the Packers?
Losing at home, the Packers used to never lose at home. So it's always a question mark when they lose at home. You wonder, I don't know, are they as good as we think they are?
They're definitely as talented as we think they are.
They've got talent, yeah. But I don't know, something just doesn't seem right there, does it?
Speaking of talented but doesn't seem right, the Falcons losing to the Patriots.
The Falcons can score 40 one week and score 0 the next week.
They're as inconsistent a team as I've ever seen.
The Patriots are one of the few consistent teams in the league.
Drake May is playing like a top 5 quarterback. Stephon Diggs is catching passes. Mike Vrabel's coaching his butt off.
It's funny when you get a good coach in, how good players are.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You put your players in good positions, in the right positions.
And you have an owner that doesn't meddle.
And you've suddenly got a good team.
And you don't have an owner that meddles.
Yeah.
Has Robert Kraft ever meddled?
No.
And how many winning seasons has he held under his belt?
Probably 80%, 90% of the seasons they've been
there. Good ownership.
Good ownership, yeah. Bring in a good coach and just let him coach.
And yep, that's how the Patriots have. I dare I say they're not as good as they used to be right now, but they're good.
They're good enough to win it this year. I mean, there's probably 8 or 10 teams that are good enough to win it this year, and they're one of them.
The Chargers squeak out the game against the Titans. They still are struggling with injuries right now.
Yeah.
Two of their offensive line starters are out for the year, I think.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help Herbert.
that doesn't help. Especially they gave up a lot of talent because of cap space. Whenever Harbaugh came in, they were bad, really bad cap space. So they had to dump some of their talent, and they're still trying to recover from that. And then you have your injuries on top of that, makes it a little bit of a struggle. But the Chargers should have been better than what they are this year.
But they are 6-3, so it's
they're still a good team. You can't say that, but you don't trust them, if that makes sense.
Well, the injuries have hurt their potential this year up
has.
front, and that's not their fault.
No, that's not their fault. No.
But what is the Titans' fault is that they are terrible.
The Titans are terrible.
Like T with a capital terrible.
Yeah, blah.
Like Titan.
Terrible. They are. They're one of the worst teams in the league. So
they need a serious refocus up front, and I mean the ownership probably.
Mm-hmm.
When Amy decided to stick her nose in there, and Amy Adams, she stuck her nose in there, fired Vrabel because she thought he wasn't doing a good enough job, and then hired Brian Callahan.
Whenever they brought that GM in and let the GM dismantle
John Robinson,
the team,
the best GM ever.
He dismantled a Super Bowl team, and now they're now they're who they are. Stupid.
Speaking of stupid, the Bengals defense.
I feel so bad for the Bengals and the Bengals fans.
They lost 47-42 because their defense is wretchedly bad.
Your starter gets hurt. You bring in a 40-year-old backup. He gets you 40 points, and you lose
because your defense
is really terrible.
Dare I say pathetic? Do you know how pathetic that last tackle attempt was on the Bears, Colston Loveland, where they had 2 or 3 Bengals in the same area?
They just bounced off of each other,
and just let him scamper off for 6.
They all tackled themselves
in the last minute.
When your offense gives you that kind of lead at the end of a game, and then you just let the other team just run right over you going down. That was hard to watch.
Joe Flacco had 470 yards passing.
And you lost.
I am not giving him any bit of blame.
No.
I'm not going to. If you think Joe Flacco's the problem, then you might be crazy.
Their defense
is horrible.
Is the problem, yeah.
I mean, they're 3-6 because their defense sucks.
Definitely.
And their management up there doesn't want to fix it. They don't want to bring in better players to fix the defense.
What they should have done was bring in an offensive lineman to protect Burrow, and he wouldn't get killed every single year. But that's a different story.
That's also a problem. But the Bears get a really much needed win. They needed a win like this.
Yeah.
And Caleb Williams had a good game.
He had a good game.
And Ben Johnson is steering the ship right now at 5-3 for the Bears.
Yeah. Again, I don't trust them very much either, though.
First year head coach.
Yeah, I don't trust them to go too far. All right, who we got next?
The Steelers and the Colts. The Steelers always seem to be one of those teams that are just good enough to make the playoffs every year, but never good enough to really go deep.
The Colts had 4 turnovers the entire season.
They had 6 in this game.
They had 6 in this game.
Because the Steelers' pass rush kept getting in Daniel Jones's face every down.
Yeah, they called the perfect defensive game because Daniel Jones looks like he was back with the Giants. It was
turning the ball over ad nauseum.
It was terrible. Yeah, it was one of the worst offensive. Well, it was definitely the worst offensive game the Colts
played all year.
All year,
but they get some reinforcement with Sauce Gardner coming over in the trade deadline.
So what happened? You give up 6 turnovers and you lose a game. You give up 2 picks and you go get Sauce Gardner from the Jets.
All-Pro corner from the Jets, who are starting to press that reset button.
The Colts are in.
They're going to be in it to win it.
They're all in for this season. This is their season. And they were the best team in football. So we'll see how they bounce back this week.
Do you think the Steelers can improve off of this win here if they continue to bottle this up?
I don't know. Next week they may lose by 10. The Steelers are one of those teams that are good enough to win, but they're inconsistent. You just don't know. The
49ers squeaking out another win against the Giants, 34-24. They keep winning games.
And they lost another player to ACL. They're giving up a win for a player every week. and still win. I don't know. They're going to officially run out of players.
They might run out of players. They might have to pick them up from the downtown San Francisco Bay Area.
That's definitely my coach of the year.
Kyle Shanahan, what a job he's done.
Man, he's lost half his team.
And he's still winning games.
He's still winning games. And Christian McCaffrey
is still a baller.
Still a baller. He is healthy right now.
And the Broncos beat the Texans, and not only beat the Texans, C.J. Stroud got out with a concussion. And he's not playing this upcoming week.
Yeah, he got hit pretty good there. And that was sort of a dirty hit, a little bit of a late hit there. Little bit.
Do you also put that on the O-line for not protecting him?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you got to have more protection. The Texans have took a major step back. Whenever the first year was, people were looking at C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young and going, C.J. Stroud, he should have been the number one pick. Why in the world did you pick Bryce Young, Panthers? And now it's like, uh-oh. Now it's like Bryce Young's way up here, and you're like, boy, if you're a Panther fan, you're glad you got Bryce Young. So it's crazy how...
It's basically management and how you manage a team. The Texans don't have an offensive line, so that's another problem. Some teams don't fix the offensive line.
If you don't have an offensive line, your young quarterback will get murdered, and he will get mental problems, and then he's done. You got to get a good offensive line.
The Vikings squeak out a surprising win against the Detroit Lions. They're 27-24.
The Vikings are again one of those teams that I wouldn't want to play. They're you don't know. They could be one good 1 week and bad, and that's probably 3/4 of the NFL this year. They're they're okay,
But the Detroit Lions have taken a step back because of new coordinators.
The defensive they lost the offensive coordinator.
Ben Johnson to the Bears.
Lost the defensive coordinator.
Aaron Glenn to the Jets.
So they have 2 new coordinators, and coordinators make a huge difference. The Lions took a pretty good step back this year, yeah.
The Jaguars continue a surprise season against the Raiders, winning in overtime.
With the longest field goal
in the history of the NFL.
A 68-yard. He kicked it from his own 42. That's just terrible. That means just as long as you can get to your own 45,
you can score 3 points.
You can score 3 points.
That's a weapon.
You don't even have to cross midfield.
That is a weapon.
That's a weapon and a half, man. Because a lot of games in the NFL are won by 3 points.
Liam Cohen doing a nice job in year 1 in Jacksonville, 5-3.
5-3. That is definitely a good step up, and that's even with Hunter injured.
With Travis Hunter injured, if they get him back and get him playing well, then Jacksonville could be sneaky.
They could be
I'm not
sneaky
saying they're
in the
definite.
playoffs.
I'm not saying they will make the playoffs, but they'll be a sneaky contender.
They are definitely one of those teams that could. So yeah, you just got to keep an eye on them.
Speaking of a definite playoff threat, the Rams beat up on the Saints badly.
Everybody's beating up on the Saints pretty badly, but the Rams actually look pretty good this year.
Matthew Stafford looked like, can we just give him more credit?
Matthew Stafford looks like he should be in the Hall of Fame, and he probably will be in the Hall of Fame. And he's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback, and he's done it for only 2 teams, and he didn't have to ask for a trade from the Lions to do so.
No.
He had 4 touchdowns and 281 yards passing to be the bulk of the offense.
Yeah.
At 37, 38 years old.
We've got a couple old quarterbacks in the NFL doing it right now, and Matthew Stafford is balling out this year.
He's won a Super Bowl, so I think his bust in Canton is...
It's set. I think it is set, yeah.
The Chiefs and the Bills, a rivalry it's the biggest rivalry of the modern decade.
It came down again. The Bills outplayed them pretty much the whole game, but...
Thank you, Matt Nagy.
Yeah, the Chiefs tried to rally there at the end.
Because of Mahomes and his talent.
Mahomes has just got oozing talent. Their offensive play calling, again, Matt Nagy is horrible. The Chiefs are winning games off of busted plays and raw talent.
Did you see?
It's not because of the offensive coordinator.
What kind of scheme is letting Mahomes, a 30-year-old man now, we're talking he's 30, letting him run around the whole place? And
Matt Nagy's game plan is, I'm going to call a play, it's going to fall apart.
And let Mahomes just do his
magic. Mahomes is
magic.
going to scramble and do some magic. Ta-da,
That's the offense.
And we win. That is the Chiefs' offense right now.
That's not
very good. But that's what it is. And, they've got enough talent to win some games that way. But it's not a way to win.
Plus, they have Andy Reid as a head coach. That does help.
Yeah.
Now, Andy Reid might need to get on to Nagy a little bit for these play calls.
Yeah.
Because they more often than not, they fall apart more than most.
Yeah. Yeah, the play calls fall apart more than they actually work most of the time.
I think the Bills, though, get back on track with this win. This was a feel-good win for them.
This
beating Kansas
This
City.
could be a stair step. They've actually took a step back this year too. There's been I thought the Bills. Again, we've been saying it for 2 or 3 years. The Bills are at their peak. They need to win now. So they may be past their peak too. But they've got the talent to win. We'll just have to watch them.
This upcoming game was a disaster in more ways than one for the Washington Commanders.
Oh yeah.
They got blown out at home by Seattle, which Seattle looks pretty good, don't they?
Seattle looks like a contender. They are one of the surprise contenders. Sam Darnold's went in there, and darn it, he looks good.
Yep. The Seahawks look pretty good,
The
don't
Seahawks look pretty good.
they? On the other hand, it's a disaster for Washington.
Yeah, they really left him in too long, and he got his elbow hurt.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. It got bent in the wrong direction, so
Their season's pretty much sunk, and they might need to focus on getting better next year.
they need to get him healthy and then bring in some better players around him, yeah, because this is pretty much over.
Speaking of pretty much over, you have that shovel?
Oh, my Cowboys. And
Yeah,
my
they
Cowboys
lost to the
played
Cardinals.
with a backup quarterback.
And lost 27-17 to Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Brisket come in and
Got some brisket on the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones probably still thinks it's fine.
we're just one player away. They did go steal the Jets' defensive
Tackled Quentin
tackle.
Williams, so that will
Williams.
convince him it's going to be
That
okay.
will, and all of a sudden they're going to be in the Super Bowl now. That defensive player is going to come in, and their offense is going to play better. They're going to score 34 points instead of 17 points because of this defensive player.
Because of one defensive player.
Dallas is a terrible team, and they're going to end up with a 8-8-1 record. If they're lucky, they'll be 8-8. That is, if they go on a run, they'll be 8-8.
How deep is your condo there?
I've got a 3-story underground condo that I've been digging, and I'm just waiting. I don't know.
Speaking of waiting, it's no longer time to wait for Week 10.
Oh, what games we got coming up? Let's talk about those real quick.
The Raiders at the Broncos on Thursday night.
Broncos should win that one pretty easy. The Raiders are struggling.
The Saints at the Panthers. Oh, the Panthers get a good test game. It's not really a test game, but a good automatic win opportunity.
This is a good chance for them to get better, to try some new plays, to do some stuff. But you don't want to overlook any NFL team. But the Panthers should win probably by 7-10, probably.
Yeah, their Panthers are favored by 5.5.
I think they cover that pretty easy.
6-4 if we get this win.
6-4, 10 games in.
I wonder how many cobwebs are going to end up in that old wormhole I developed years ago.
Now, you may have to start filling that in. Just go ahead and start shoveling that in.
The Falcons and the Colts in Berlin.
You got to go with the Colts. I don't think the Colts lose 2 in a row, but it's tough to go play overseas, especially with a Falcon team that you don't know who's going to show up for them. They could show up and look like juggernauts, or they could just show up and poop to bed. So, but you got to go with the Colts,
The
not
debut
losing
of
2 in a row.
Sauce Gardner is a Colt.
Yes,
That's going to be interesting.
that is going to be interesting to see. Yeah,
The Browns and the Jets.
somebody's
Who's
got to
gonna
win it. Somebody's got to lose it.
Cleveland's favored by 2.5.
I would probably take Cleveland just because the Jets have completely given up now and traded away 2 of their best defensive players.
Do you think it's probably for the best at this point that they get draft capital?
Yes, because they did get some good draft picks from their
This is for
trades.
you, Al. I hope that Woody Johnson can get out of his own way and pick good players
Pick
here.
good players, yes.
Definitely. But also, my sister's Browns need a win.
They desperately need to win, yeah.
The Jaguars and the Texans play up, and Jacksonville is favored by 1.5.
I would definitely take Jacksonville just because of the injuries to the Texans. CJ Stroud's out this week, so you go with a streaking Jacksonville right now.
The Bills and the Dolphins. The Bills have dominated the Dolphins recently, so it's easy to pick Buffalo.
Buffalo in this one, yeah. Buffalo by 10 probably.
The Patriots at Tampa Bay.
That's a good game.
And Tampa Bay is favored by 2.5 at home.
I would probably take Tampa Bay at home. And I would take that 2.5.
Baker Mayfield's played like
Baker
a
Mayfield's
top
played.
5 quarterback.
But this is going to be a good game, though. Watch it.
Drake May and Baker Mayfield.
This will be a good game.
The Giants at the Bears. The Bears are favored by 4.5.
The Giants are terrible. The Bears should win it. But
They
you never
might.
know.
And,
Scatterboo's out. Dart,
throwing darts.
he's a future superstar as long as they keep him healthy and the Giants don't kill him.
Well, I don't know if the Giants are going to have Brian Dable next year
May not. We
because
don't
they're a
know.
whopping 2-7, and they've had 3 straight terrible years.
Yeah.
The Ravens and the Vikings. I might pick Baltimore because they're playing a little more consistent.
I would too. They're a little more healthy now. Minnesota, I don't know if they win 2 in a row, so I would probably take Baltimore.
Speaking of, the Seattle Seahawks are hosting the Arizona Cardinals, and the Seahawks are favored by close to a touchdown.
I think they win by a touchdown or more, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Seattle's a very good team right
They
now.
are.
The Lions against the injury-plagued Commanders.
You've got to take the Lions. Coming off of a loss, you would take the Lions.
The Rams and the 49ers to see who who gets a share of the NFC West.
Talent-wise, you would say Rams.
But coaching, it could go either way.
Coaching, it could go either
Because
way.
we
What's
got
the
two.
line on it?
The Rams are favored by 4.5.
4.5 might be a little much. I think it's a 2 or 3 point game because it's going to be that close.
Considering this is Sean McVay against Kyle Shanahan,
2 of the best coaches in the league. 2 of the best young minds in the league right now.
it could go either way.
They can go either way.
Both have
The
went to
Rams
Super Bowls.
The Rams should win though.
The Steelers at the Chargers. This is a nice little
Mhm.
Sunday night game of the week.
I would probably go with the Chargers just because they're at home. The Steelers might have more talent because there's so many injuries.
Tomlin and Harbaugh is a nice coach matchup.
Yeah, that is a nice coach matchup. It's probably a really close line in it.
Yep, the Chargers are 3.5-point favorites.
And it'll probably be somewhere right around that. So, yeah.
That's a good line,
That's a
actually.
good line, actually, yeah.
On Monday night, the Eagles play at the Packers.
Did the Packers lose 2 home games straight in a row?
Well, the
No.
Green Bay is favored by 2.5. I think the Packers make a bounce back
I
here.
think the Packers actually win it straight up, yeah.
Cream cheese or shredded cheese? Pick your boat.
Yes, if the Packers lose 2 in a row at home, there's going to be some serious grumblings going on.
And we're not talking about cheese grind.
And we're not, but now we're talking about the cheese graters now. All right, we hope you had a little fun this week with us. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share us with your buddies, and we'll see you
Next week.